When you buy a property here, which costs do you have to pay alone, and which costs do you share with the seller? Only the buyer pays for the real estate agent. The seller usually does not pay anything. So it is not like when you rent, where we now have the Besteller-Prinzip. The acquisition costs are paid only by the buyer. This contains all costs for the contract, the entry in the registry, like change of ownership and charge for the bank. What the seller has to pay is the necessary work to offer the flat for sale, for example, to erase a former charge on the land. The register fees are paid to the administration for the effective entries in the register. Here also, the buyer has to carry the fees linked to the buying process. The acquisition tax has to be paid by the buyer at once and before the entry in the register. The costs for water and electricity are settled on a daily basis, where the seller pays everything until the day of the official change of ownership and the buyer everything since then. The official transfer of ownership is the day when the seller receives the money on his account. An appointment is needed to read the counters. The costs for the property management are also separated on a daily basis. The property manager makes the computation and sends you the paperwork. As the old owner is not a co-owner anymore, you pay or receive the difference money for the whole year, and you have to stay in contact with the seller to share the costs. You don't have these complications to pay the tax on the land. The bill you receive contains only your part. Don't forget that this tax will soon be modified. For the radio contribution, you have to pay for every month you lived in the flat, even if you have not owned the flat for the whole month.
Do you want to buy a flat in Munich? I give you knowledge about ownership in the city, a proven, successful preparation for your own flat. Subscribe and visit flatinmunich.de.